I want you
get
to
it.
sing under what I'm saying. And he's like, no, I can't sing that and play that at the same time. Are you fucking stupid?
Remember that?
I can barely play my own riff, dude.
There's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
I can barely play my own riff,
Dude.
The Shug, Shane Hollister. Logan Ineichen. Lyndon Ehlers. Wrastlin with music and life for life.
Wrastlin with Music, episode 12.
12.
On our freaking way. I just want to say, man, we're all in the house right now. I don't know how we're feeling.
It's only been like 2 weeks. It feels like it's been so much more.
Right?
You had a wrestling weekend off.
Yeah, had a weekend off.
And everything's feeling more solid.
Yeah, I mean, my ribs are still hurting from last week, but I don't know if I cracked a rib or bruised a rib or something, but it hurts every time I sneeze or even laugh. So try not to make me laugh too hard today, boys.
What about when you, like, try to get up out of bed?
Oh,
do you have to, like, do the push-up maneuver?
I have to literally roll off my bed.
Dude, yeah. I had to say, I know exactly how it feels because I fell out of a golf cart at Full Terra Assault last year and had the same thing. And I was sleeping in a tent with no padding or anything. And it was like we'd only been there a day, and there were like 3 more days. And dude, I was sleeping like I don't give a shit. When I go camping, I just like sleep on the ground, you know, and it's just hard, you know.
Real
and
fucking
I'm laying
man.
down.
Yeah,
dude, we flipped a golf cart over, and a human man fell on top of me. Like enough that I shot out of the side of the golf cart after it fell over. Yeah, we were going downhill and pulled a shitty and just. And I thought same thing. I thought I had a broken rib because I could not get up off the ground later on. Like
how long did that feeling last?
Like fucking 2 months.
Oh God, I'm fucked. I gotta wrestle next week,
dude. It was so scared. I was so scared because I still had to play.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this? And it was still like another day before we were going to play. We played that Saturday, and this was like Thursday morning. I'm waking up going, oh, fuck. Or no, that was Thursday afternoon. Friday morning I woke up. So anyways, but as soon as I got on stage and we started doing it, it went away. You know, all the adrenaline kicked and everything.
Yeah, you won't feel it till later.
Oh, yeah. I fucking felt it later. I got so fucked up that night because of the pain. Right. Anthony had to walk me back to our campsite like I was an old man. Dude, that was all kinds of
2 months. Damn, I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
It sucks. Take some ibuprofen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You would. I'm pretty sure you would know if your rib was broken.
I think so. I think it would be like discolored when you break a bone. You
pretty certain there'd be like I didn't even have bruising or anything.
Yeah, I don't have any bruising, but it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, been there. I just ate a rack of ribs and I was fine. I mean, you have to eat what hurts you. If your liver hurts, eat some liver, bros. You'll be fine. You can drink all the drinks.
Liver quiver, buddy.
That sounds like some fucking 18th century bullshit. Like, put some leeches on your eyeballs too. That'll suck it right out.
21st century, and they're saying it. If your kidneys hurt, eat kidney. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Anyway,
do you remember Sliders? You remember that show Sliders?
Yeah, I remember.
Was there an episode where they ended up in a dimension where like, I guess if you're listening, you haven't seen Sliders. It was a fucking awful show. Amazing. It was amazing for the time, but if you were to watch it again, I mean, it was unique.
It doesn't hold up.
But the premise was they were trapped going from different dimensions, and they would just.
What's the main character's name right now?
The actor?
Jerry O'Connell.
He had a brother, right?
Jerry O'Connell.
Twin?
No.
Damn it. Okay, I'm fucking
shit.
out.
Jerry O'Connell died in fucking Scream 2. Fucking dead. Shot in the chest. Dead.
Yeah, his soul died too. And then he was in Kangaroo Jack.
Oh my God.
But no, so they go to alternate dimensions, and there's always like something that's kind of different and weird. And I think there was one where like all the medicine was like fucking medieval. Like they were doing shit like that. And like there was no electricity or something. It was fucking weird. I loved that show though as a kid. It was the shit. But
what about Sliders.
That's what it was. Sliders. Oh, I was so pumped. It'd be like fucking Saturday night watch Sliders.
Oh my god! And I can if you told me
I can't even remember.
I would remember it, but right now I'm like, what the fuck happened in Sliders?
So there was definitely one super fucking weird, and I'm remembering one for sure where there was like a global pandemic and everybody was super fucking germophobic, and like if you went to buy food, like you had to stick it in like every restaurant had like this like sanitizer box, and they stuck it in, it went and then it would open up, and
I bet your food tasted real good
it
after
was
that
so
shit.
weird. Like,
you know
that
who
was
didn't give a
interesting.
fuck at all, even in real life? Germs. They didn't give a fuck about you at all, you idiot.
Germs. These things called germs.
They don't care.
Makes me think of fucking 12 Monkeys. Where fucking Brad Pitt was weird as shit. And he's like, well, the guy who came up with germs.
Bro, listen, if there's not a band name, Germs, I'm going to be so fucking pissed off.
There had to have been by at this point, right?
Badass band that's called Germs.
There's a
bet they
band named
suck.
Goat Semen. There's definitely a band named Germs.
Semen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not shitting you. There's a band named Goat Semen, and there's a band named Goat
Oh, you
Penis.
said goat semen. I was like, what the fuck is boat semen?
Yeah, the nautical themed pedophile band.
Okay. Yeah.
No, Goat Semen and Goat
Semen
Penis.
would be the bubbles outside the boat, probably, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to guess. Anyway, like and subscribe. By the
Join
way,
the Patreon.
I never fucking say this at the beginning, but thank
You should.
guys.
Click that little
especially-
notification button.
Yeah. Got some new patrons, and keep on coming. Anyway, it's really cool, though, that we're doing this. And obviously, Lyndon, man, I wanted to talk about last night. You had a good old time, and I want to know more about that, my man. How'd the show go?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, there it is. That's it. That's pretty
Well,
cool.
I mean, it's like
Fuck
one of so many like we've done and have booked. They're just kind of all run together. No, it was really cool. But we played with this band from Kentucky called Redivider, and they were fucking gnarly.
I just seen the clip before you came down.
It was like they kind of only just formed from like another band or whatever. So it was like their first.
Did they
couple of shows.
redivide and do another band?
I knew that was coming.
Gotta do it.
They were cool though. They're super heavy. And everybody else we played with too, like Celestial Serpent's heavy as fuck.
That's the coolest name ever, man.
That is a pretty cool
Yeah,
fucking
they're
name.
fucking rad.
Other than Germs, Celestial Serpent, man, that sounds like a massive dick. Is what it sounds like to me.
It was
like
cool.
your girl, like this girl comes over and she's just like, "Hey, what do we do tonight?" And you're like, "Do you want to meet the Celestial Serpent?" Like that's a little weird, actually. Now that I think it
That sounds fucked.
Anyway, how'd they fucking do? They rocked the fucking
Yeah, it was
house.
cool. Yeah, they
I just seen a clip of you guys, and it literally looked fucking phenomenal and sounded phenomenal as usual.
Yeah, it sounded really good. It's like a really small place. It's I can't think of what to compare it to, but it's it's a bar with like a room attached, and
okay.
There's a stage that kind of comes like this high off the ground, which is to me is like perfect.
Yeah.
Because then I'm just normal height. But so the Redivider, they kind of hit us up on social media a little while after the show was booked, so it's been a while. We've just been going back and forth, and they really like us and so on, and vice versa. And so when we got there, they're like, "Hey, we brought something for you guys from Kentucky." Like, oh, okay. And they fucking pulled out a bottle of Buffalo Trace barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce.
What?
Yeah, they make a barbecue sauce, apparently.
That's awesome.
And he's like, I don't know, I bet you guys don't have this up here, so we just thought we'd bring it. I was like, fuck yeah, nobody's brought us barbecue sauce before. Bernie from Celestial Serpent, his wife made us lamb ribs, like slow cooked lamb ribs.
We were just talking about how bruising ribs and shit. And you ate some last night.
No,
I need some. I need to get some of that.
I gotta as we're recording this now, which is the day after I got back. I haven't eaten them yet, but I'm going to.
Oh man, his ribs are gonna feel so good after that.
Oh, I bet.
So I have I have this barbecue sauce, and I'm like, I'm not gonna not do something with this for the show since it's here. So I'm like, I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna have a swig of it right before the set starts. As I read this intro that plays and everything, and I didn't look. I had tasted a little bit before, and it was like kind of spicy, but I didn't really. I didn't really like think about it. And I was all amped right before. So I grabbed this thing, and the intro's playing, and people are freaking out and shit. And I had this bottle. I just opened up. I'm just like, and it's like a good, healthy shot of it.
Those things come out quick.
They come out quick, man.
Hey, dude,
and I'll fucking tell you what, it was hot. And I wouldn't ever recommend
try to have a fucking show and
what was like
give me some fucking milk.
I mean, generally like if I want to kind of grind up my voice a little bit, like if you kind of
there's acidic nature to that.
If you like honey and
right.
Just kind of like crunchy shit, whatever, you can just kind of eat it right before I go. Right. So I was like, that'll kind of help, but I mean, which it did, but it fucking was painful. And for the first 2 songs, I thought I was gonna vomit.
Right.
Like just from, because again, it was just really. I mean, we had a really good response right away, and so we were just killing. And dude, I was just my vocals were actually pretty solid last night.
Fuck yeah.
Compared to the last one. And I thought I was gonna barf. I was like, I've never barfed on stage. It's gonna happen tonight. And
so by solid, you just mean maybe you quit out with your vocals or belt too much, maybe.
I think yeah. I'm just getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last show when we played the cookout, because we played the cookout since the last time I was here too, and it's just there are these times where I don't feel like I'm getting that rasp that I want, and it sounds more rather than kind of like the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And also it's totally different when you have a guitar up against you. It's like pressing up against your diaphragm
in the world.
Yeah, it's pressing up against you. And then my bass is bigger and slightly heavier, but it's a lot more of a thing up against, and so you got to really think about it. But I don't know, man. Despite that, it was good, and we had some issues with the computer at first that resolved itself somehow.
Okay.
Other than that, it was fucking cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
The place is fun.
What was it? What was the name of the place?
The Village Spirit. In Round Lake Beach, Illinois. So it's it's just north of kind of like O'Hare. North of there. It's just outside of Chicagoland.
For about 3 hours.
Yeah, three and a half almost if traffic sucks.
It's a fucking road trip.
Yep.
It sucked driving back, but I didn't feel like staying overnight.
Never do, dude. Every time I wrestle in Chicago, I fucking come home.
Yeah, might as well. And I offered to drive, so I drove us back, and boy, I'll fucking tell you what, I was fucking tired.
Oh yeah, you play that's when you fucking wind down in the car. And you're like, all right, I'm coming down off this fucking adrenaline rush. And you're like, I'm fucking done.
Oh, dude.
Fuck.
Flutter. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. That's what it was. And then I got woke up because I definitely slammed a fucking dead animal carcass in the road.
Oh, shit.
Just chunks. A chunk was just in the road.
Fuck.
And I was like, it's going to hit and it just hit the passenger side tire. And Dan was like, woke him up. And he's like, what was that? Well, I hit
a human body.
He's like, I hit an animal. It was already dead.
The band we played with, dead animal carcass. Don't worry about them. They're fucked. Nobody cared about them before it.
Yeah, holy shit.
Now, can I ask you a question about the show? Oh. Did you accidentally hit an old person in the crowd?
No.
Did you bring that back in metal?
I don't know if that's
just
ever
jab
existed.
some old person in the face with your fucking bass. What the fuck you doing, old man?
I've never hit an old person on stage.
On stage?
Wait a minute.
In a car,
I was
guess.
going to finish that on stage or any other time, to be specific.
Right.
There was one time, the third Pit Lord show ever, there was this, you would know, and I bet it may not happen at wrestling shows as much, because I feel like the door is typically guarded better.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Well, let's see here. Let's see where you're going with this.
Well, no, okay. I mean, at local metal shows, halfway through, once they're kind of they're not really worried about people showing up as much halfway through, so the door guy tends to be kind of absent sometimes. And then like every now and then, especially if it's in like an urban area or like downtown area, you'll get people just kind of wandering in.
Yeah.
You know, tends to be like an old homeless man or a drunk, like some drunk dude from like a bar down the street that just wanders in and he's just there.
What's going on here?
Oh, dude, yeah, clearly is there by himself. And there was a guy like that. The third show we ever played, it was at Gabe's in Iowa City, the bottom, like the basement part of Gabe's. Yeah. And there was this guy, and he was like the skinny old man. He looked like he kind of reminded me of Walk the Gutter. The struck that ass.
It's like, only 28
totally looked
fucking miles.
You're gonna work at the Arsenal.
Oh my god!
It reminded me of that guy, but he had this fucking like leather. I bet it was expensive at one point, like leather Dale Earnhardt racing jacket.
Oh yeah,
like black and white, and it had like Earnhardt across it. Like it was filthy, gross, and this dude was like shit faced. I mean, just absolutely. But he was there. There's only like 3 bands on the show. It was us, Frontal Assault, and Traffic Death. And during Frontal Assault and during our set, this guy.
What year was this? Sorry, you remember? Or just
2019?
Okay.
2019.
Right.
It was the last show we got to play before COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
And
you better play some before monkeypox.
Jesus Christ!
No, the band.
Here we go.
They got a #1 hit. It's called "Fuck You."
That band's probably already changed their name by now. But no, this guy was he kept putting money, which made me wonder if he was like maybe not homeless, but just absolutely shit faced from somewhere else. Because I had seen him walking down the alley when we were loading in that day, but he kept pulling money out of his pocket, and he would walk up to we're playing on the floor, there's no stage, and he kept putting money down like in front of the mic, like the mic stand, and like every other song he'd put like $1 down, and he did it for Frontal Assault. He did it to us. Like I picked it all up, and I think he just gave it to Frontal Assault. It was super funny.
That's dope, though.
But I guess I just don't know if he knew what he was doing.
No, you don't.
I wouldn't
know
have-
what you're
I
doing
wouldn't
when
have
you're
been
giving
giving us
$1 to fucking Pit Lord. You don't know what you're doing. Just kidding. You got to get that $1 to Wrastlin with Music and Life.
Yeah.
On the Patreon.
We'll take that $1.
I'll find him and make
I'll
him
buy
a
that
patron.
for $1.
Maybe that's what he was saying.
He probably was.
Making a RoboCop reference.
Or it's the dude that said it in the fucking scene.
Yeah, maybe it was that dude because nothing's ever happened to him after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shug, you had to, in all your years of pro wrestling, and especially in Chicago, all these fucking, places you've been, there's got to be at least every time a homeless person at the show. Before the show, fuck when you guys.
Oh, yeah, well, when I was super green, there was always some fucking weirdos walking around when we had to load up the ring and shit.
Right.
I mean, that happened downtown Davenport when we had to take the fucking ring up the fire escape in Dance Land, for fuck's sake. Dude, I was talking about that with the students.
Dance Land, I remember
Dude,
that.
and it was the most dangerous fucking fire escape. Like, you're stepping on it and you're like, dude, this thing is just GIF. And I have this huge fucking thing on my shoulder. I hit the ground, I'm dead. It's over.
There's no way. I'd be like, I quit. This is what I have to do? This is what I have to do? No.
Jesus, man.
I'm just gonna.
But yeah, there was always fucking weirdos like, quick, you guys, what is that? What is that you're carrying?
You guys renovating up there?
Yeah, what? It's a wrestling ring. All right. A wrestling
one
ring.
time, so-
Okay, cool. Bye. All right, go get drunk. You're
I
fucking.
used to watch wrestling.
Oh yeah, they go into that story like Hulk Hogan style wrestling.
Yeah.
My favorite, All-Star Wrestling. For some reason, that's the one. Oh, like All-Star Wrestling? I don't know what the fuck that is. Sure.
When I was,
If you said Hulk Hogan, I'd say skin like hot dog?
Yeah.
Skin like hot dog?
when I was younger and when I first started playing shows, I used to get stuck talking to like the crazy old man that would be at the show.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, sometimes it'd be like somebody that was helping with like a tour, one of the touring bands or something.
Oh, man.
But like it used to happen at QC Live.
Yeah,
I could be at a show there. And I remember getting stuck talking to this one guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to roadie for ZZ Top," and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "ZZ, tell me some story about how like the Saliva was playing on this tour, and like ZZ Top's roadies got in a fight with Saliva's roadies, and I'm like, this is the most white trash hurricane you could ever witness.
I believe it.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, we played at Lumpy's, and every time we played at Lumpy's as a 17-year-old man, I would have some dude mansplain, I'm doing everything wrong, and he's fucking homeless.
He's telling you what you're doing wrong with your life.
At Lumpy's.
Right.
I don't know which is worse.
Yeah.
Like,
this is my favorite place to go. Oh, fuck, I feel bad for you.
Dude, I think the last time I ever played a show at Lumpy's was a Halloween show, and it was with, you remember Illinois?
Oh, yeah.
And
who was in that? Remind me.
Johnny Baker.
Yeah.
Bruce Duncan was in it for a while, and then Johnny Baker's brother.
That's the one I remember.
I can't remember his brother's name.
I didn't know Johnny Baker was in that. I knew Bruce Duncan was in it.
He drummed for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But there was a Halloween show, and they were playing, and it was kind of near the end of their set. So I just was it Illinois? I might be mixing the band up, but anyways, there was a show, and the guitar player who was on stage, his wife was like up front, and there's like kind of a pit starts, I guess, like a mosh pit, but for Lumpy's,
Okay.
And
so the pit lord of Lumpy's. Go ahead.
So yeah, I was like 19 when this was happening, and somebody like, I don't know if they punched this lady or if she got knocked over or something. All parties were absolutely wasted. So remember that. And the guitar player sees this, and he just like takes his guitar off. And this is a large man, fat man, Like, I'm surprised he didn't just burst when he jumped off the stage. And
just a gelatinous.
It's like Kool-Aid Man, but he's a bag of Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid on you, bitch! Oh yeah!
Little fucking water balloon.
Cool you off!
Have a drink. Jumps on this guy off stage, and this huge fucking fight just starts. And it's like the way I remember it, because it was such a blur. Because I'm just watching from the back of the room. Because I didn't drink then. I didn't really do anything during shows. I just
same with me at Lumpy's.
And it looked like in like the Looney Tunes, and be like people fighting, and it's just like
it's a bunch of shit just flying everywhere,
cloud, and it just moves, and it did that, and it traveled all the way through the crowd and back to the back door. Remember that glass? It was a glass door, and it hit that door.
Oh shit!
And it starts to like it look. I mean, the fight is just centralized right there, and it just this door completely gets pulled off of the hinges, like a metal glass door, like at the grocery store, fucking wild. When it was over, this door is just crooked.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck? Lumpy's.
Bro, let's pull it all together, because I was going to talk about something, but obviously I watched your band Upon the Reawakening at Lumpy's.
That's who I was playing with.
And you were playing with that. Maybe I was at that show then, but I probably didn't see that. No, I probably wasn't. I would have remembered that.
Yeah, I was playing with them. It may not have been that Halloween show. I played there twice, I think.
But you did a cover of something, and I just want to say something. We've already said it on an episode, but you did a cover of Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
Was it Alive or Just Breathing?
Nah.
Something on Alive or Just Breathing?
Was it? Well, it was off of that. I think
off that album.
Yeah. I don't remember which one exactly.
The point is, that turned 20 years, man. I said, you guys,
that's fucking crazy.
Weird.
Time fucking
Isn't that
flies,
nuts, dude?
Man. And
that came out in 2002?
Yes.
Wow.
2000.
No,
2002.
Yeah, it would be 20 years old.
Yeah, I was in 8th grade.
Fuck.
Going into, freshman year?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah. I just met you, I think.
Fucking crazy.
Year.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. We had just met.
I bought that CD at FYE in Iowa City. That and...
Bought mine at Best Buy.
Fuck, I don't remember what else I got. I got something else with it.
I think I already hit Shadows Fall, so I was kind of like, oh, okay, let me check out the others, because I'd heard about the others through Napster, of course.
Well, yeah.
And they kind of suggested, because I think they were already doing some sort of algorithm, man, because they pushed me towards a lot of stuff. Like, if I typed in power metal, I found fucking good. power metal.
Well, didn't they had tags and shit?
Well, like,
right.
they,
Napster,
yeah,
didn't
if
they?
you bought a CD, like, sometimes it would, even on the CD, it would be like, well, it sounds like this band.
Yeah.
And you always see that on CDs and shit.
And before I get started, just saying that, yeah, I ripped off a bunch of musicians by going to Napster and doing it for free. But guess what? I went to your shows.
Oh, yeah.
And I paid for a bunch of shit that you guys did. Now, again, that's a different topic, but Shadows Fall kind of led me into Killswitch, I believe. And
then God forbid.
And God forbid.
Their first two albums,
my
bro.
God.
The first two albums were fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, I didn't hear him until way later. I
Right.
didn't hear him until it was too late.
Shocked.
Funny thing
by
is,
the way, that shocked me when I
Right.
was talking to Lyndon. I remember you saying that one night. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had heard they did that like EP or fuck, what was it? Holy shit.
Reject the Sickness.
No.
No?
It was just a smaller collection of songs.
Oh.
But I don't remember. I can't remember the riff, but I don't know. The only album I really listened to at length by them was Constitution of Treason, the later one.
Really?
And it was just like.
Dude, Determination, funny thing is, we
I mean,
just
I've
talked
listened
about...
to that by now. But
Yeah,
I
of
just
course.
kinda-
But we're talking about...
Second
Guess-
album, God forbid.
Yeah.
That would be their third, right?
I think it was technically their second full length.
Okay, because they did
I think they had it like an EP, like Lyndon's
Yeah.
talking about. But I had Determination before I heard God forbid before I heard Killswitch Engage because of
Okay.
Napster.
Okay, yeah.
Like we used to buy, my brothers used to buy like metal magazines and like shit like that. So like we would see a band that they'd be talking about, like, well, let's just download. Let's take a full day to download one fucking song, dial up.
I'm wrong. It wasn't an EP. Gone Forever.
Gone-
That was
oh,
when
yeah,
I-
that was the album-
the first I heard of.
That was the album after Determination.
Yeah, so he hit him later. He hit him
yeah.
later up.
And that was all right, but
Yeah.
I don't know,
That
like-
wasn't when when you
like-
wanted to hit him.
No, hell no, dude.
when that stuff, when all that stuff was blowing up, which
Yeah.
was definitely like, but I mean, between 2002 and like,
Junior high, even. I think I had
2007.
Determination.
It
junior
was
high
all
school.
through while we were in high school. All those,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff
Yeah.
exploded, especially 10th grade for me, and it was like Lamb of God,
Yep.
fucking both of those.
Where did we
albums.
see God forbid at? I believe it
We
was
saw God forbid in Iowa City,
where he
and
was
it's
talking
funny
about,
because
right?
we went and saw him, and
Maybe
like
not.
Logan didn't give two fucks about who the headliner was. It was Atreyu. he just wanted to.
I betrayed you. I don't give a fuck.
He just
I'm
wanted
not
to see.
riding your stupid
He
horse.
just wanted to see God forbid.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Byron. Is the name of the singer?
Amazing.
Dude, he's just walking around looking scary as fuck. I didn't even walk up to him and say hi. I was like, nope. I'm gonna leave that dude alone.
Well, and I don't want to get into it because I'll get canceled, but
Oh, yeah.
one of them called me the N-bomb, and I felt really cool. So, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you say. It happened, bro. That was such a good pick.
Dude, seriously, it was
I
awesome.
mean, literally, when they did Reject the Sickness.
Oh. That riff is cool as fuck.
Oh my God, we killed everybody. Actually, we got killed because we were scrawny.
I'm
as
pretty
fuck.
sure you like knocked me around and I was tiny as fuck. I was probably walking around
so
160
good.
pounds soaking wet.
Loved it.
Fuck.
But those bands came in at like a wave, and obviously they were all kind of friends and shit, so
Yeah.
we didn't really know that. But I want to say, though, especially for Alive or Just Breathing, in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
in my top 10, I will go back to that, and again, they did their interview. I watched it. I go, man, that's really cool, especially because Jesse Leach is a very humble human, and so's Adam. Just a humble band. We
Yeah.
met them. I mean, I guess we kind of just said, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
But
it
we
wasn't
didn't, like, yeah.
It wasn't like I was just like I love you. I told him I loved his band and he was like, "Oh man, that's cool."
Yeah, he blew
and
us a kiss.
Yeah, he blew me a kiss and he signed my fucking my ticket that I ended up losing. So
Well, and especially with that album, we were infatuated with it, man, because it just reminded, especially like that and Of One Blood by Shadows Fall.
yeah.
Those two albums, I think, was just on a repeat at the front yard, for sure.
For real.
And in my disc, man. Literally.
The anti-skip one.
Oh,
I don't think I got that till later.
Oh,
That
yeah,
fucking
that's
thing
right.
Skipped all the time, but it sounded kind of cool if you were like, dun
I remember walking around my block listening to music and kind of like holding it in my pocket so it wouldn't skip, just to keep it like stable, you know, till I got a better one. And I'll just try to walk with a limp.
When can I run with
think
this?
about
I'm gonna be
this.
a badass.
These kids are never gonna fucking know what that was like,
lucky
man.
for them. I mean, like,
I just want to hear the song. Fucking skipping now.
It's not. I don't look back on it with fondness. It's
it sucks.
Right.
Dude. Try to think about that, like kids trying to like run with a CD. Logan tried doing it on fucking. It sucks. He would have his Discman on the fucking treadmill, and this guy's first off long legs. Hits the fucking thing loud. So you're on the other side of the gym. Boom, 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 boom when he's running.
Flat foot. Ogre feet.
Yeah,
Going, fuck.
I mean, I don't know. What could you say other than like appreciate how easy it is now to hear anything?
Oh, I'm not jealous of. I mean, I think it's fucking great.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I
especially as an independent musician such as yourself, man, appreciate the time because people will see you now. You know, if you got a good gimmick.
Well,
but
I mean, we talked about it before. You also have to try way harder.
Right. Yeah, because you have nobody else pushing for you. It's just
nobody else, and then there's 1,000 bands doing the same kind of music, and so you have to figure out how to do it and stand out. You know,
and music
at the same time doing something that you want to do. That's usually where people fail. Is people will get bogged down trying to do what they think people want to hear versus what they want to do, and they can't make the two happen together.
That reminds me of, I just watched a documentary today about George Carlin that just dropped on fucking HBO, I think, over the weekend. Yeah. And he initially started as just a regular stand-up comedian, clean face, wore a fucking suit and tie, and I was watching this, I was like, this is fucking weird. And then, like, something switched in him. He's like, I'm done fucking around. Like, I'm going to say it how I feel, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to be fucking funny because I'm kind of pissed off about it. Yeah. But he was so fucking smart. Like, I didn't realize how really smart he was actually watching that today.
When you see George Carlin's stuff, like, that guy would do, like, the bits he would do had to be, like, rehearsed. You know, they were like these complicated, long things that it was almost what he did was like a one-man show kind of thing.
Well, and a lot of the time, when I think about it now, and I was watching the documentary, he was on stage with no microphone in his hand a lot of times. There was he was very more animated with both hands and shit. And he was just talking about how certain words don't make sense, like jumbo shrimp. Like that one, he was just like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like
I always liked the baseball versus football.
Oh yeah,
like thing that was the best. But honestly, most of George Carlin's stuff I've listened to is kind of like, I don't know. It's more interesting anymore than it is kind of funny. He's really clever. But because he laid so much groundwork for like a lot of comedy and stuff.
Appreciating the art.
But again, it ties back into somebody who was trying to do something he thought that people would like, and then he said, no, fuck that. I'm going to do what I want to do, and he fucking blew up.
Yeah, do what you want to do, but get good at it.
Yeah.
Make it something people want to pay money for, and at the same time enjoy doing it. It's really, really hard to figure out.
Right.
Honestly.
Man.
And a lot of it has to do with just like being honest with yourself with what you want to do and how you perceive what you do. Like that's probably more complicated than it sounded in my head, but
no, it makes a lot of sense to me. It really does.
Fucking people just suck sometimes.
People, you suck.
And it's with music, you see it all the time because like, especially a band like at our level, you play with a lot of bands that, and we're still working on shit. Obviously, we're not
my level, your level. Go ahead. I ain't doing shit. I'm trying.
Bands that are like trying to do stuff, and like you can kind of see something, but you're like, clearly not everybody is on the same page here.
Well, and again, it's all about the fact that you're doing it. Consistency is key. Hard word to say.
Yeah.
And that is the golden rule. It's just do it, Nike, and consistency is key. Now, those sound the same, but they're not. So if you're just doing something, that doesn't necessarily mean good. But if you're doing something consistently, that is something that is the same. Say, for instance, me grab Morbid Angel. Man, I didn't give a shit about their last record like a lot of people. But guess what, guys? There's at least a few songs on there that are fucking amazing. I mean, and consistency is key, so I gotta forgive them. So I don't know if you got into that.
It's kind of like
I didn't hear their latest one.
Oh man, okay.
Well, I mean,
describe it for Shug. You didn't hear it. Like the thing that kind of surprises you when you're listening to that last one, Heretic. Just say Heretic, not the last one.
What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. Because the last one is Kingdoms Disdained. It's not the one you're thinking of.
Oh shit! Maybe
Logan doesn't even know that there was another one that came out.
They kind of unsold me for that one. That was the last one for me, which I believe was Heretic.
No, Illu Divinum Insanus.
Yes.
The one that had the weird sort of like EDM songs and stuff.
Literally had EDM.
That's strange.
It was weird.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking weird.
I don't know. Not really.
Like,
honestly,
badass songs. Like
listen,
go ahead.
You should know better that Morbid Angel's always been fucking weird. It's not totally out of the box.
And that's my original point, though, Lynn. It was like the consistency is key. They still had really badass songs. I still can't say that album's shit because it's not. Yeah, it's just not one I would listen to every day.
Yeah, obviously it's.
I'm a different listener because I'll listen to the whole album, and then if I don't like it, I might not listen to your band anymore.
The one that came out after that is just kind of like straight up Morbid Angel, and it's still kind of like it's not amazing, but it's kind of boring.
Or listen to it.
I wouldn't even call it boring. It's just like, oh, okay, Morbid Angel again.
What's it called again, bub?
Kingdoms Disdained.
Okay, I got to check that out.
Yeah.
All right.
It's worth.
Who's the singer on that?
Steve Tucker again.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah, so they're fine on that front.
Steve fucking Tucker.
But now they have Pete Sandoval and David Vincent are doing this shit called I Am Morbid, and they're like touring and they're playing old Morbid Angel songs. I guess they have the rights to play too. I don't know.
If they wrote, I'm assuming if they wrote the songs, right?
Yeah, I haven't looked into it exactly, but it's like I don't care.
That's like when Vince Neil left Motley Crue. He wrote a lot of the fucking songs, so he could fucking play them too live.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. I don't know exactly.
Rob Halford did the same shit when he left Judas Priest, and then they got Tim Owens. He was still doing fucking Judas Priest songs.
I feel like because Lyndon was in my band Cuneiforms. I Am Cuneiforms is starting tomorrow without Lyndon, and we're gonna tour around. We're gonna try playing those songs by myself.
Cuneiforms.
Fuck you.
That's cool.
Anyway,
that's cool. I'm too busy, anyways.
Oh man,
have it.
The opportunity cost.
Oh.
Anyway, man, that's cool as fuck though. Anyway, let's get back to it. I think Killswitch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing, did it not make you go, fuck, I suck at everything?
I don't know about. I mean, I wasn't playing music, so.
But like, you're trying to sing though, and you're like, oh fuck, I can't scream and sing at the same time.
I always thought that was. Well, then again, I didn't fall into listening to a lot of. Well, I did, but like Soilwork to me blew up later.
Okay, well, I was gonna say that too.
But like they were the ones who were really doing the fucking clean vocals with the heavy vocals.
Chaos.
The fucking album's awesome, dude.
It has to go above Alive or Just Breathing.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's got to be more than 20 years, right?
Same year.
Same year.
I think it did. 2001, and then 2002.
That's fucking crazy too. Think about that.
I didn't hear it until like 2007, probably. Like, and I was aware of Soilwork. I liked them, but I had never listened to Natural Born Chaos.
Yeah, I had that in my Discman as well, trying to run.
That was one of the that was one of those things that album. Fucking when we really got into that one was played a lot around as well.
Would you please step aside and follow the hollow, man? Every fucking day, I had to hear that, and I loved it. And I say I had. We just put it on. It was that. Of One Blood, Alive or Just Breathing. Yeah. Those three albums were constantly played in the front yard. We were doing everything responsibly. I threw them against the invisible ropes really well, and I was the best at it. I think they made me the champion more than Hollister. So fuck him, I guess. Unibrow bitch.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't really put that.
Love the guy.
I wouldn't really put that in probably my top 10 because I did kind of get obsessed with that with Alive or Just Breathing, but it didn't really stick around. Like after the next album came out, and I listened to that a ton, and I just kind of moved on.
Howard came in and fucking everything
But
changed.
top 10 is hard.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
it's ever evolving. You keep going through life and you go, man,
Yeah,
and then,
that's true.
Okay, maybe you gotta judge it by how many years. So, like, if you listen to something for 10 years and it just gave you the same feeling, you might want to put that in your,
Yeah,
top
dude,
10.
I could still throw. If I listen to that album, I listen to it from top to bottom. Like if I start playing it, so
like you just don't want to hear one song.
no, I want to hear the whole fucking album every time.
Exactly. They made a masterpiece. For me, that's like a Martyr Warp Zone. A lot of people never got into that, but Martyr.
Dude, I remember
Warp Zone,
jamming that one. We were jamming that one all the fucking time.
musically, still, maybe Necrophagus, but a lot of bands, in my opinion, didn't get close to that. Especially playing guitar and singing at the same time. What the?
I mean, they were definitely a later product of like Voivod and like bands like Atheist and weird kind of prog metal stuff that took a brain to listen to,
Right.
and which I didn't have much of one when you were showing it to me, so it took me a while to really understand.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I didn't know much about prog metal or anything, but when I heard that song, Warp Zone, that fucking song was heavy, bro. That shit was fucking awesome.
I didn't have as much of an appreciation for that kind of stuff until way later. Then I went back to it, and I've listened to it all kinds of times.
Well, sometimes,
Right.
as you get older,
Havoc was amazing.
As you get older, your just musical taste changes. Even I used to fucking hate Rush. I couldn't fucking stand him. And there was the announcer in Chicago.
That's wrong.
Because he knew, he's like, you're wrong. You're wrong for that.
Wrong.
But
I used to think it was a girl singer.
Okay, so I did too. I did too. But
is that a girl singer?
no, here's the thing. Because of me saying I didn't like Rush, there's an announcer, Derek St. Holmes, who's fucking awesome, started calling me the New World Man, and it's a Rush song.
Right.
So that's why he started calling me that. And I was like, dude, that's actually a really cool moniker. That's fucking awesome.
That's really good.
But yeah, then I started listening to Rush and fucking fell in love with their shit. And then watched their documentary and even fell in love with them more.
Well, it speaks to exactly what Lyndon does. When you play an instrument and you sing at the same time, you're doing something interdependence. You're literally doing something that doesn't make sense. It defies what a normal person can do. It's hard.
Yeah, your brain has to be be all over the place when fucking you're doing that.
And for me, to go back to Martyr, to watch Daniel Mungrain, who is a literal professor, he's a professor. He sings and plays over riffs I can't even play. For the longest time, Derek couldn't play. And then to me, I go, oh, okay, you're a god. Now I'm not saying that's
right.
But I will say it's only a handful of people that can do what he did live. Okay. And that goes with Paul Masvidal from Cynic. It goes from
Chuck Schuldiner.
Chuck Schuldiner for sure. Great one. And a lot of it is, and even Chuck Schuldiner, his rhythm parts that he's playing when he's singing are not as hard, of course. And he kind of planned that out. But when you see somebody just shredding while they're singing, and it happens, and you have to give them props. I don't even care.
It's crazy.
I don't even care if you didn't give a shit about dissonant music. As a human, you should just respect that person did something that makes no sense.
Right. No, yeah.
Hard.
Well,
You are.
I just see even Lyndon playing bass. Anybody playing an instrument and singing, I'm like, dude, your brain has to be. You've done it so many times it becomes natural, right? But still, it's not like Lyndon's playing super easy bass parts either. You know what I mean? He's playing it's not just regular ass shit.
I only just started to figure it out. Right. I've only done that. I've only sang and played this for 2 years.
Right. But yeah, dude. Now think about it another fucking 2 years from now.
Yeah,
man.
It's just like walking and talking at the same time. You've just done it since forever.
Right. Yeah.
So it just becomes one action, and you remember it, how it all fits together as one piece, and and it's still you still fuck up. I still forget. It's way easier to forget lyrics when you're also playing. I promise. I did it last night. I forgot like a whole.
Just say band.
Dan look over. You're like,
No,
what the fuck,
I mean,
He's in the same boat. Dan's in the same boat.
yeah, no, 100%. We both, me and Dan both started doing it at the same time, so we're both, like you said, we're both in the same boat. We're both having the same.
But they both have like the best laughs. So if they do,
that's not even a lie.
I watched them and I noticed it one time, and Dan's just like. There was cover it up.
There was definitely one time where I fucked up some lyrics so bad I laughed into the mic. I was like, I didn't even mean to do it. I was just so embarrassed, and nobody probably would have noticed.
Exactly.
Logan would have, because Logan can notice anybody fucking up. Apparently,
no.
Did you hear him fuck up?
Their lyrics. I wrote a lot of parts that I'm singing and playing to, and when I practice it, I can do it. But I go, I'm just playing chords.
See what sucks?
Well, then when you start doing it live,
what I'm saying is there's levels to everything in life. And like, imagine the Martyr level where Derek, I watch him try to play Warp Zone.
I remember that too.
It's fucking hard, and I go, he's singing while he's playing that.
Yeah, but he also wrote all of that.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
But still, you know what I mean.
That's really like at the very bottom of it. That's
well, if you can write it and play it, like you knew he was going to be able to do it, right?
No, I don't know what if he did it together or if he wrote one thing first. And
how I learned that, Lance, would be later when me and Derek were writing, and he was like, "What do you want to do with this vocal part?" And we're recording the vocals, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is going to be like." And then you're going to go, yeah. And he's like, I can't sing and play that at the same time. Like, straight up.
I won't even remember to go, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying the pattern. There was a pattern.
With what he's playing, right?
He went, yeah. I mean, like, there was a pattern. I'm like, I want you to sing under what I'm saying. And he's like, no, I can't sing that and play that at the same time. Are you fucking stupid?
Remember that?
I can barely play my own riff, dude.
There's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
I can barely play my own riff,
dude. That's just me.
Perfect.
That's just me.
Perfect. Hey, I love the fact that we came up with that in the middle before we did at the end.
Well, maybe we'll
it could even change by the end of the episode. Who knows?
That's funny though, because I remember being young and sucking at everything and being like, oh, I can't do that. I'm just not going to do it. Like,
yeah, because you got to give up on yourself before you try.
When me and Dan do stuff now, like, we have a whole song written, we have everything together, everything is recorded, and then we write the lyrics and we record the vocal parts all in one night together.
There you go.
Then when we go to learn the song live, we have to learn how to sing those parts live with the song.
Sets in.
So
wow. Okay, holy shit. So you don't really practice and do it at the same time.
We write the whole song is together. And then we record the vocals. We write the lyrics on the spot, record the vocals, and then 6 months down the road, when we're learning the whole new set, we have to learn how to do it all.
Damn.
Holy fuck, dude.
So that's what makes it harder for us is we don't write the riffs with the lyrics. They're separate, and then we fit them together.
But damn.
When we write, I mean, we're musicians, so we are writing vocal phrases that fit and make sense, and but there are times
in the back of your head, you're still thinking of like, this is what I'm fucking playing here.
This is what I would do, in my head. Yeah. But then there are times when we go to record it, and it's like really fucking difficult to record. You know, even with a click track and everything, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna suck when we're trying to learn this months later. And that happened. Me and Dan wrote this part where we switch off back and forth, like, brah, 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 brah. And trying to time that live.
Is that Bacon Basher?
No. It's the new song. It's the new song we released. Oh, okay. Conquering the Bone.
Okay.
But we somehow, great song, I don't know how we pull it off, but we pulled it off last night, and it's hard. It's a hard thing to do.
Is that hit or miss when you pull that part off right there you were just talking about on stage? I mean,
so far we played it twice and we did it perfect every time.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, so we're 2 times. 2
for 2, man.
Yeah, I'm happy. Fuck. Like there's other parts.
That's a perfect record at this point.
There's other parts that are harder. Like there's this end part that I'm still having trouble with because I'm only playing like the very end where I'm like bah, 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 but the parts I'm playing is like dun 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 dun.
Oh, so then you're trying to like do that.
I'm doing like polyrhythms between like
different
my vocals
patterns,
different patterns. Yeah, and it's fucking ridiculous, and I'm so mad that I did it like that. And Dan was like, "That's gonna be really hard." The first time we went to play it down in the basement, I was like, "Fuck, you're right," but I did it.
Well, and the first time I seen that live, where me and Derek were at a show, which was Cynic, and we're in front row at I don't know, Joliet something, the Forge, I think.
Yeah, probably.
We're in the front, and of course, me and Derek are waiting for this. Let's just say, like, before we got there, I said, dude, I hope they play this song so that I can see whether Paul Masvidal can actually do this while he's singing it. Because it doesn't make any sense with the pattern whatsoever. So you literally are just two different people. And it's a shred part that I can't play that Derek's like, dude, I'm having difficulty play this. So there's just, and he's doing this, and he's working it up, and he's singing it and doing it at the same time. And I look at him, and I just go, he's a fucking alien! He's a fucking alien!
Yeah, but how long has he been playing that song live at this point, though, right?
He's also, his technique is it's impeccable. His phrasing, so not to get technical, but his phrasing on guitar, it's just so effortless. What he's doing to him, because his technique is perfect, and like my technique is not perfect, of course, because I have a broken finger, and again, I don't blame it on that. I'm just saying that there's no way I can actually phrase things like I'm trying to play Leonard Skinner stuff. I want to kind of learn more pop, even though it's rock, but rock pop stuff, just to kind of figure out different chords. And I'm like, oh, I can't actually play that chord because my fingers broke. Oh. It doesn't do that. It doesn't lay in a phrase. So don't want to get technical, but the point is watching that made me want to take my dick out and say, yeah, because he... Listen, after the show...
Just pull it out, yeah!
Well, he had already announced he was gay, and I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Sean, who passed away, Sean Reinhardt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just blanked out, but Sean Reinhardt and Paul Masvidal. But after the show, I hugged him and I said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry I'm such an ogre." And he goes, "Don't worry, I'm an elf."
What the fuck? Oh, because he's short?
Yeah, he's a really small guy.
Well,
really?
No, because they had the song "Elves Beam Out."
I'm pretty sure he
and
meant
they played it.
Because
they played
he's a
it
short, skinny.
Well, okay, but either way, it was a great.
I think that's
how tall is he? What is
Sean
he, like
Masvidal?
5'6"?
Well,
Shorter than me?
Yeah, he's tiny, dude.
I mean,
there's a
he's
picture.
not tiny, but compared to you,
I'll put it up.
Everyone's fucking small compared to you. It's once in a great while somebody's fucking taller than you.
Oh, great Khali!
Yeah, okay, see, again. Fucking again. Again, what I'm talking about.
His dick hangs on my face. So anyway, the point is like straight
Jesus.
up, these fucking cocksuckers with their fucking multitasking in an ungodly way.
Well, think about that guy was playing. That guy was playing with Chuck Schuldiner when he was like in high school.
Yeah, he was like a fucking
that
teenager,
guy made
right?
Death.
Right.
What album was it? It was
Human.
Yeah.
That album by itself is.
What's weird is why didn't he keep him around? Like Chuck was weird about like musicians in and out all the time too. So
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I would say, and I'm just going to say because I know a little bit about it. It was because Paul wanted to do Cynic, and Cynic
they were already doing Cynic.
They were already doing Cynic, and they kind of were like, okay, this is a good gig. You guys are paying us, and we don't get paid doing this. So,
right.
But if you need us, but we got to do this, and then Chuck being as cool as he is, and maybe there was favors. I don't know. In that way, Chuck was like, listen. Yeah, gay. They were gay. I'm pretty sure Chuck Schuldiner was gay.
I always thought by the way he talked, I thought it too, but it wasn't.
Just about a mountain built upon deception and grace.
Every time I heard it, and then when in interviews when he was talking too, I was like,
and no ill will towards.
And I don't care. I don't give a shit if somebody. I don't care what you put your dick in. Cheese grater, an asshole, a mouth. I don't care what you put your dick in. I do not give a shit.
Grated asshole. The point is, man, I looked at him as a god, and I think Chuck seen like Paul I seen both of them as a god. I think Chuck was like, this guy's a fucking bad dude.
Well, yeah, and he
the
was
shit he's writing.
Thinking about that at his young age too. Fucking what? Teenager, like 17 years old.
They were
and he
high
was
school.
that good.
Well, I do this too. I try to find, like, in my head, who's this guy who's not doing shit? I have two of them in my head. I might be working with a little bit. Might have shown Lyndon a little bit what I was doing earlier, but these guys who play ungodly things that I'm like, what the and you know they can play it perfect, right, Lance? Especially Matt Ford. I've already mentioned him. You know, Matt Ford is fucking awesome.
Is this the same guy who sent you like a fucking less than 2 minute riff you turn into a 5-minute song?
I've done that. But,
I think it was more than that. Like,
it was probably about 3 minutes I showed you. I don't know.
you know what's really weird? If you watch, you see that that scene in Ace Ventura that Cannibal Corpse is in.
Yeah.
One of the guitar players, Rob Barrett, he's wearing an old Cynic shirt.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Holy
when they
shit.
still had like a metal logo.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Like, it's really weird looking. It's like, holy shit.
Because they were like thrash, man. And it was like thrash.
Yeah,
It was
like they
weird.
started out like that. I mean, it probably would have, old Cynic probably would have sounded more like Death, Human.
Right.
You know, and then.
Well, it was. I believe what
Atheist,
happened
like,
was
'cause
Chuck
atheist.
Schuldiner was such a badass at finding talent.
Yeah,
that
he
was
really
just
did find a lot of
he
good.
just kept doing it. It wasn't like he stopped. Obviously, he got Steve DiGiorgio.
Yeah,
he
that's
got
what I was getting
all
ready to
these
bring up.
guys that are just badder than shit. And he was like, I'm going to make something good. I could make... Chuck probably knew, even though he was beyond amazing, he's like, I could just make chords here, and they'll just make the shit badass. Because I want to tell you something. This is true with a lot of things. And I don't know that this title, I don't know, this word exists in pro wrestling. But in music, it definitely does. It's called layers. In music, there's layers. So maybe...
Are you talking about like when writing a song? Or like...
Just what makes music actually original is the layers. So say, for instance, Lyndon comes to Dan with a riff. Hi, I want to do this riff, right? And maybe it's on guitar, it's not on bass. Okay, so he plays this guitar riff, but he goes, hey, I want the bass to do this. And the bass does something different. He just made two layers that weren't the same. Yeah. And then obviously the percussive element, right? So maybe the percussive most of the time. The drums go with the bass, right? Doesn't always have to be, but it does. And now you have three layers. So you have three layers of something. Now maybe you say, hey, oh, okay, but I have this vocal melody. Lyndon's not doing the same style of vocal as Dan is. So he has another layer. That's the third layer. Dan's not doing the same. That's the fourth layer. He's doing death metal. He's doing black metal-ish. Sometimes you do death metal a little bit, but you do mostly like kind of like a black metal screamish. And it's a little bit more, it's just different. And it's a different layer. So it's an onion. And that's what makes music original. That's what makes everything original. So I don't know in pro wrestling if that's even a thing.
I think actually the more and more I think about it, sometimes when you come up with like say a spot, almost like a riff, even a peer who's listening to it is like, well, why don't you try this? And it layers the spot in a way that makes it bigger with just one little small nuance.
Ideas are layers. Then.
Yes, ideas are layers.
Okay.
And then if you want a guy to sell a certain way,
yeah,
it adds layer to the spot as well. Like if you're like, well, I want you to sell like this while I'm doing this, so it makes more sense when we go into the next spot that just wasn't just put together. Because sometimes like I'll put a match together and I'll walk away. I'm like, you know what? That doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like let's try this and we could still get back there and it makes sense. So yeah, I think there are layers when it comes to putting a story together for
and the
pro
best
wrestling.
layer for that is when, bam! I just hit an old guy for no reason.
Oh my God, dude, hang on.
My career is
Hold on.
over.
If we're bringing this up again,
Amber Heard comes in.
I'm telling you right
career's
now.
over, and she helps you out, and you're called the career over.
Career over. Anyways, so I straight up I went grocery shopping after I got off work yesterday for my grandmother.
Been there.
So you know who I saw? I saw fucking Dave Stage Sr. and he's silver foxed
Dave
out, bro.
Sr.
He's not an old man, but because he's silver foxed out, he looks like an old man.
He's trying to book it.
I'm trying. I want fucking Dave Stage when he comes here to clock his old man at the show.
This Friday, West fucking High School.
No, I have a show at West High School Friday, and it's a benefit show for the school. So all the proceeds, I'm not getting paid to wrestle. I'm doing it for the school. All the proceeds go back into the athletic program.
If Lyndon and I don't know what you're doing, Lance, but if we're free, I might. It's
a 3-day weekend. I mean, Memorial Day's Monday.
7 p.m.
So
is late. I'm an old man, but I might bring up these old GoPros and see what's up. We got plenty of cameras.
Well,
here.
I mean, if you don't do it then, I have a show at Beer Stew Saturday.
Ooh,
that one might be a little bit.
What time?
That one will be about 7. Your bedtime, daddy time, daddy bedtime.
I'll be in Denver.
Oh shit, boys!
Mile High.
We're playing Sherwood Weber's like on his property. Sherwood from Skinless.
Damn.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
We're playing his like private or not.
And we can
private,
talk about that.
It's not private. Yeah. It's there's a flyer for it and stuff.
I was gonna say it's advertised.
It's like a free. He's doing like a free. It's like a Sunday matinee. We're playing it at like 2 p.m. and we're like grilling food and stuff.
That's fucking awesome. Do you need to record that whole thing?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there will be some record of it. But like,
I'll let you have one of these GoPros.
Oh yeah, then you can interview fucking the singer, dude. That'd be awesome.
Do it with my phone. I have a camera on.
You can do that too. Yeah, it's all good.
But I may or may not because we're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Because
tell him to put over the podcast. Just hand him our business card.
Which, by the way, is awesome. And I have given people.
I have at wrestling shows as well.
Yeah, I have them at on our merch table.
By the way, I loved it. I seen the merch table because M took a picture of that. Great, M. Love you, Em. I haven't met you officially.
Yeah, you have.
I did, but it was like
literally in person.
How you doing? Oh, okay. You're doing your job. All right. I don't want to.
That still kind of counts, right?
No, she's awesome. The point is they laid it out literally on the table. It was awesome. I like the pic I seen. And yeah, guys, word of mouth is what's going to get this going. And maybe we don't. Well, I don't mind the basement, but maybe we don't sit in the basement. Maybe we have ourselves a big old mansion.
Oh,
wow, what a mansion.
It is 7:30.
Resident Evil.
I need to get the fuck out of here.
All right, keep it on. I want you to ask, or actually, I want to ask you one last question before you leave. Why, again, are you so good looking for Pit Lord? I
didn't know where the fuck he was going with this.
Darren's been calling me every day since he's been in a band with you. He's like, I don't know if I can be in a band with him. He's so fucking good looking. He looks like a goddamn prince and princess at the same time. I don't even know what to call him. So I just want to ask you why are you so good looking for your band?
I don't know. It's not really part of it. It's by accident.
I don't know.